Hey guys, Jerry here, and welcome to this little short vlog where I'll be talking a bit about what's going on with my channel, with my life, and what the future holds. So those are 3 topics, and there's not going to be too much gameplay. I'm just basically fired up a game, because that's, what I usually do whenever I'm talking about this sort of stuff. So this is City Skylines, for anyone wondering, and this is actually the stream city that after I lost the original junction up here and such because of the game crashing, I've actually rebuilt some of it, and this is what it looks like now. So anyway, onward to talking about things. So some of you might have noticed that the content on my channel has been a bit irregular, as well as a bit monotone since about the start of the year. It's been Greg Tech, and then a couple of streams, and then more Greg Tech, and then some more Greg Tech, and then a long break, and then more Greg Tech. And that has a lot to do with the fact that I've gotten a job, an actual honest-to-God job that pays me money to spend my time doing boring stuff. That's not that boring, it's actually quite interesting, I shouldn't complain. But just for the sake of this video here, let me complain a bit, because it means that I spend 8 hours of my time every single day doing stuff that is not particularly interesting. Stuff that I don't fully have control over what exactly is going to happen with, and stuff that, shall we say, is a bit outside of my control, and I don't find particularly funny. So when I get home, I don't want to do more of that stuff. But editing videos, doing the audio stuff, doing pre-recording things, just preparing shit, it's not always fun. I will admit that it's not nearly as fun as it could be, just doing, preparation stuff, doing the editing, doing the audio, as I just mentioned. I'm repeating myself already. So I've been having a greater focus on trying to actually have fun in my spare time, and that's led to me playing a lot of other games that I wouldn't normally play, and playing them in a different way than I do when I record stuff. Because when I record stuff, I'm very much an entertainer first and a player second, or entertainer or teacher or what you want to call it, but it's sort of, the line's a bit blurry there. But anyway, the main thing is that I spend a lot of time trying to actually make something that is relevant, that is interesting to watch, and that is somehow informative for you guys. And that takes away from my enjoyment of the game for certain games. Like for Minecraft, it's different, because Minecraft becomes really enjoyable when you have a connection to your world, when you stick with the same world for a long time. And thankfully, because of the recording, I tend to do that. Like that's just something that happens, because, the recording makes the world a hell of a lot more dear to me, because I spend so much time in it, and it gives a sense of continuation that that just playing solo or without a server doesn't. So in that sense, it's very, very good for me to actually play Minecraft as part of the recording, because it increases my enjoyment of the game. That can, however, not be said for a lot of other games, such as, maybe Elite Dangerous, or more slower paced stuff like Civilization and such. It doesn't work too well with recording solo, because, first of all, my skill level is not high enough to actually have something to show off in those games. And secondly, trying to fill dead air in a game that's inherently slow is a lot of hard work. So for that kind of game, I prefer to just take my time and just, kind of chill out, relax, talk to whoever's on Teamspeak with me, and, have some fun there, rather than try to focus on being an entertainer or a teacher. So that's something completely different from recording, and that's something I've come to actually enjoy quite a lot, especially in light of me, having less spare time, making each single moment a bit more precious to me. And that's led me to the following conclusion. Don't worry, I'm not gonna quit YouTube. I enjoy doing especially Minecraft on YouTube, and I'll keep doing that, so there'll still be content going out. But I feel like I want to try and change up my format a bit. I did an attempt at this back in March when I did a bunch of streaming. but it never really caught on much, in part because I did it on YouTube where the streaming features are very lackluster, and in part because I sort of quickly ran out of games or people to play with, and it was hard to coordinate between other players, and doing a stream by myself without anyone else interfering, again, it's a bit hard work because it falls to me to fill all the dead air, and there's not going to be as much spontaneous humor coming out about because of it. So what I want to try is basically streaming more. It'll be happening on Twitch this time. YouTube has been mentioning their new system for like that they want to make a streaming and more of a thing on YouTube itself, but for now at least that hasn't been rolled out to everyone yet. So until that happens, I'm gonna stick to Twitch, and I think I might actually even stick with it past that, but we'll see how. It depends how good YouTube ends up making it. But basically that's gonna happen. I'm gonna try and refocus my efforts more on some streaming stuff. Those streams are gonna happen primarily around 8 o'clock European Central Time, which puts them in the middle of the afternoon for America. That's like 8 o'clock is 2 p.m. for the West Coast, and it's like 11 o'clock for East Coast. That's the other way around. 2 p.m. for East Coast and 11 o'clock for West Coast. Yes. So that's going to be very inconvenient for my American viewers. I'm sorry about that, but luckily I will be making every stream available on demand on Twitch should you want to watch the entire thing, and I will also be trying, at least when relevant, to make highlight reels of whatever, if something really good happens on the stream. Again, that's also work, but considering that at least I won't have to do all the extra recording stuff, and it'll just be a matter of cutting the highlights and such. I think that won't be that bad. Besides, there might be some good moments that's worth reliving, so we'll see about that, how that goes. But yeah, I think I've made my point somewhat clear that I want to try and not spend as much time doing off-camera stuff and doing spending more time just actually playing games and having fun. And if it just so happens that that's going to be entertaining as well, then that's going to be fantastic. So, as second part of this renewed focus on actually having fun with games, like it sounds like such a strange concept when you say it that way, but I think it makes sense. Why is there another zoning there? Anyway, I'm gonna be opening up the Teamspeak that I use for recording for other people to join. Yes. You'll be actually, basically this is an open invitation for anyone to actually come play games with me. I've made a bunch of changes to my Teamspeak, made a new ranking system, so that I can sort of give people permissions, depending on whether I know I can trust them and they won't interrupt me if I do record and generally behave nice. The opening of the Teamspeak comes on one condition, and that is that everyone gets exactly one chance. There is no process for getting back in if you somehow fuck up, if you do bad stuff, if you annoy me too much that I end up banning you. No repeal process at all. It is a one shot, one go. Completely heartless. My rules, my way or the highway. That's basically gonna be the rule of Teamspeak here. There are a couple of ranks on Teamspeak. There's the people with no rank are the ones who have just joined, and they can only stay in the main lobby. Once I've actually played a couple of games with people, they will be promoted to the rank of Henchman, which is pretty much the highest rank that anyone can hope to achieve. Henchman allows you to join the other channels, and it allows you some limited powers in terms of both complaining about other users, which I don't even know how that works, but supposedly that's in the rating system somewhere, or ranking system. But it also allows you some limited power of actually poking other players. But I of course will remain unpokeable because I can't have people interrupting me during recordings. The next rank up is the rank of Minion, which is only applied to those people who actually record with me. So for now, for instance, that's limited to Traffs, Briggs, and Peace Buddha. Anyone else, like if it is perfectly possible that someone else will end up recording with me, but and if in that case they will get the minion rank, which is the only rank that can actually prod and interrupt me on Teamspeak. So that comes with a lot of responsibility to not abuse that power. And again, I shall be completely heartless in my enforcement of the Teamspeak don't poke the penguin rules. And finally, the last rank is of course my rank, which is what gives me all the power to be an absolute dick if I want to. Which I most likely will, because that's just how it goes. Already I have had, you know, like just a couple of people join Teamspeak, and it's been a lot of good fun. Like, basically, you know, it might sound like a really bad trade-off for you guys if you join Teamspeak, because you'll just end up getting banned for no reason whatsoever. But please do bear in mind that I won't just ban for any reason. I'll ban if someone is just basically being uncooperative. If someone makes a mistake, sure, that, you know, that's human. But if someone is being straight up uncooperative or a dick, then they're gone. Anyway, the benefit of joining the Teamspeak would be that you can hopefully end up meeting a bunch of other players who enjoy the same type of game that you do, that have a decent quality of mic, because that's going to be required. If your microphone consists of a tin can on a string, I'll ban you for that. So if you can't provide a decent sound quality, and if you cannot provide that sound quality without having people echo through your speakers or whatnot, that's a privilege reserved for me. So if people echo through your speakers and it's really annoying, then you're gonna get banned as well. Anyway, if you do decide to take up this challenge and try and join Teamspeak, what you might find is other players who also enjoy these types of rather slow games, who want to play multiplayer in some of them. I'm talking stuff like Civilization, Age of Wonders 3, Endless Legend, Tropico, for instance, Anno series. Been known to play some Rocket League. We do Cards Against Humanity from time to time. You could also end up being included in some streams. There's Elite Dangerous being played on Teamspeak as well. Traff and Buddha playing some Ark Survival as well, which might be possible for someone to join in on. So, you know, there's tons of different games that you could end up playing with either some of us or just other viewers of my channel, who have that in common, that they enjoy this type of content. Like, it might even be, you know, sort of a dating site for GregTech players looking for other players to play with. So, yeah, there's good promise for finding, you know, some entertainment there for you guys. It's just, in order to keep the community on Teamspeak sort of under control, I need to enforce these rather strict rules. You'll see that anywhere there is a community that actually works. The stricter rules there are, the better sort of community you actually have. It might be small, but it'll be more closely knit, and it'll actually end up, you know, being a hell of a lot more enjoyable for everyone involved. I still do believe that the Something Awful forums is one of the best forums on the internet, and the only reason it is that is because there's a paywall, which keeps all the riffraff out. Now, I don't want to put a paywall on Teamspeak, you know, that's just immoral, but I will, however, keep the riffraff out by being an absolute dick to anyone who will not cooperate with me and follow the rules. So, with that said, I hope some of you guys will take up this gauntlet and join. Microphone is required. If you cannot speak, if you don't want to speak, then don't even bother. Like, a lot of us won't really play games unless we can talk to the people who actually play with us. So that's going to be a thing. So if you can't deal with that, then sorry, but then maybe this Teamspeak won't be for you. You know, Teamspeak in general won't be for you then. But anyway, I think that is me done rambling. Hopefully the amount of content and the variety of content on the channel will increase a bit, but if you want to get ahead on that, please by all means go to twitch.tv/Phylaktia. There's a link in the description underneath here, and follow me there, and that'll send you an email whenever I start streaming. Just do expect that it'll most likely be around 8 o'clock European time, which again is, I can't even remember anymore, 2 PM US West Coast, 11 AM US East Coast, and that's the wrong way around again. 11 a.m. US West Coast and 2 p.m. US East Coast. So people who just come home from work and such will likely not be able to join for the first part of the stream anyway. But I've been known to stream until around maybe 11 o'clock my time, so you can just barely make the end. Anyway, that's me done rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed the ramble and the little look on our streaming city here, which hopefully we can return to at some point if I feel like it. Although I'm getting a horrible frame rate on it, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and will continue watching, and maybe join me on Teamspeak for some fun and games. Bye.